gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
It's time for the Early Bird Special. Bringing you the best stories from the world of sports and sports entertainment. Now, here are your hosts, Sparky and Burdick.
Welcome back. This is the Early Bird Special right here on ESPN Bakersfield, 101.1 FM, 12:30 a.m. And we are also streaming video live every single day on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Just search for us, the Early Bird Special. And as always, it's time to pull in our handicapper, our guy Bolt Brady from Bolt Brady His Bro at the BLEAV Network. Top handicapper in the land. And I swear, if you do not take this time wisely, you're missing out on a lot of money. Bolt, what's going on, my friend?
What's happening, fellas?
Oh, not a whole ton, sir. How are you about last week? How'd every bet go through? Did we end up winning most of your picks last week?
So we went 2-2 last week, and we have the Dolphins again up on deck tonight, and they don't look too good.
No, but that's the first question we had to ask you, because the line, I think, yesterday was 11.5. It may have now jumped to 12.5. Do you bet on this at all? Do you take the money and run? Like, personally, I'm looking at it saying that's a lot of points.
It definitely is a lot of points, but they struggle so much going up there. I mean, they haven't won up there. But put it this way, Josh Allen was still at Wyoming the last time they won in Buffalo. So they definitely struggle up there, but I'm looking more at the over-under. It's 50.5, and I'm going with the under there. I just think Miami's a really, really bad squad. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry, Sparky.
So I will say it is probably a good reason why they're an underdog, but I said it all show. You know, Dolphins went out in Buffalo last year and lost by 3. I know this is not the same Dolphin team as last year, and there was some type of hope last week. I mean, even with, in the first half, they had the ball for 2-3 minutes and had 14 points. If Tua can shake it off, I know he's been drooling all over Josh Allen in the media this week, but it's one of those things is Miami. I mean, I wouldn't put money on it, but personally, Miami is one of those teams they're going to either play them tight or the game will be over in the end of the first quarter.
Sure. I just don't take anything from last week's game because I'm down on the Patriots, too. It's another reason why the Steelers -1.5 is one of the best bets this week also.
I mean, if you go into the history, they were pumping it up. Oh, Tua's never lost to New England. He's 7-0 against New England. I was like, don't say it. Don't even say it.
The levee's going to break eventually.
And it's going to break, but I'm obviously a Dolphins fan, so I try to I don't mix my money with my fandom. And I would personally stay away from this game. I do like the points, but I couldn't. I'd have to flip a coin, and I wouldn't want to put your money into that risk.
11.5 and 12.5 are just too much for me to ignore, though. But let's talk about some of these college games. I mean, we got a handful of them that look great. Any thoughts on potentially some of these top 25 matchups this weekend?
Well, a couple weeks ago, we took Oklahoma against Michigan, and that turned out well for us. We're going to go against Michigan again this week. They actually travel into Nebraska, and Nebraska's +1.5. Michigan's currently ranked 21 in the nation. I think they're overrated. We're going to go against them again.
Do you believe in this quarterback that they pulled in? I know he's the highest paid quarterback right now in NIL. I just don't think he really has the juice.
For Nebraska?
No, I'm sorry, for Michigan. Nebraska's quarterback I love.
Right, yeah. The 5-star freshman.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, too. When you go into Nebraska in that environment also, Nebraska fans, a lot of people might know this, but they are incredible, the fandom they have there. I used to live in Colorado, and when they come to play CU, it was just a sea of red for like 3 days straight. Their fans are great.
Oh, they travel well, and honestly, they pack out that stadium, so it's going to be a rough game for Michigan. Do you have any thoughts on the Auburn-Oklahoma game going on this weekend as well?
No, not really. That's a stay away. I still think I still need to watch Auburn play. I know Oklahoma's good, but I have to watch Auburn play a little bit more.
No, that's fair. Any other big games you're looking at then?
Well, in the NFL, there's a couple more. I really like Cincinnati versus the Cincinnati plus the 2.5 versus the Vikings are starting Carson Wentz, who just got there 3 weeks ago. And he has not won a game since 2000. since 22. And last year when he played, because the Chiefs, he was on the Chiefs and the Broncos, the season was already wrapped up because the Chiefs have already solidified their spot in the playoffs. He played the last game and they lost 38-0.
Oh, I forgot about that, actually. You're right. But, Jake Browning on the other side can't be much better for Cincinnati, right?
Well, he actually, when he came in and filled in for Joe, he's got a record of 4-3 last year. So Joe actually, we won some chips with Joe. With Browning last year. He's a good player, actually. He's far, far better than Carson Wentz.
Interesting. Okay, very cool. Any other big games you're looking at?
And lastly, in the NFL, I think Cleveland's getting too many points, 7.5 against Green Bay. That's a lot of points for Green Bay today. Green Bay's been playing well. They're 2-0, but both games have been at home. Let's see what they do on the road. I'll take Cleveland.
So I asked this question to Sparky earlier in the show, more about Miami, but can kind of shift this over to Cleveland as well. With how bad Joe looked last week, do you think we'll see a shift in the quarterback in who plays quarterback for Cleveland here in the next couple weeks?
Not yet. I think Flacco walked into a wasp's nest last week. After them losing to Buffalo, they were zeroed in on that. I still think that Flacco definitely gives them the best chance to win right now.
And the same question that I asked to Sparky this morning as well, kind of the same question about Mike McDaniel. Do you think if they lose tonight to Buffalo that there's going to be some conversations that he might be let go as well?
Most definitely. Yeah, the offensive genius that people thought he was 4 years ago, that's definitely wearing off now. I definitely think he's on the hot seat.
He's definitely on the hot seat. He should have been on the hot seat last year. But I will say, once they changed the rules of running motions on these players, it took a hit on his team. And I did see last week, once he started moving these guys in motion, it started to open up. But it really is the offensive line. They're on their backup right guard, right tackle. And it just, that defense looks tired. And it is week 3. But, both games, they've been on the field for 30 minutes or longer. And that's on the offense, too. But I've been saying it. If they go 0-3 going into the Jets, they have a long week. Stephen Ross, please, God. Just fire him, fire Chris Greer. I don't care. We'll pull a Saints card and run with the special teams coach for the rest of the season, but we got to do something.
I would agree with that. And the Tyreek distractions don't help the team either.
Yeah, and he just came out and said, I've been missing meetings. I was like, why would you say that the day of a game? But we've got 2 texts asking for you, Bolt. One was the Purdue and Notre Dame game. Would you touch that one?
No, but I would lean with Notre Dame there. Purdue's not very good.
26.5 is the spread right now. That's insane.
Notre Dame's probably not too happy right now either.
No. And the last one was Washington against Washington State.
Usually that's a great rivalry, but Washington State's not very good this year.
I grew up watching Washington State not be good, though, so hearing any time that Washington State is good is an outlier year for me.
You got to watch those rivalry games.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can get a little funky. Even when a team's not very good, they obviously get really, really jacked up for that game. They're fun to watch, but... Yeah, what do they call it? The Apple rivalry or something like that?
Something like that. I know, I can't exactly remember the name of this one, but this one usually, you're right, is one of those that you have to watch. When they were in the Pac-12 together, it was one of those that every single year you were wondering if the Cougars could pull it off and beat the Huskies, kind of like the Beavers and the Ducks. But these are so weird to me as well, just because, like we say about NFL games, any given Saturday, you could see one of these teams end up winning. So... it's just really, really weird. But, sir, thank you so much for your time, as always. Real quick, just to run it down for us, for our listeners one more time, you said Nebraska over Michigan, Buffalo over Miami. Cleveland with the points over the Packers, correct?
Yeah, so I said the Bills under, actually.
Bills under. I apologize. Right. You're right.
Cincinnati plus 2.5, Pittsburgh minus 1.5, and Cleveland plus 7.5. And then in college, Nebraska over Michigan plus 1.5.
Fantastic, my friend. Thank you so much for your time. We'll talk to you next week, and hopefully these guys actually start listening to you and making some money.
All right, fellas. We'll talk soon.